I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you a question from my subscriber on piecewise functions. So let me thank my subscriber for sending excellent questions and taking interest in my videos. Thank you. The question here is, Com Electric charges its customers according to their usage of electricity. One rate it charges commercial users is as follows. A monthly customer charge of $6 plus $6.05973 energy charge per kilowatt for the first 2300 kilowatts, $0.02505 energy charge per kilowatt in excess of 2300 kilowatts, and $0.00048 conservation charge per kilowatt. Determine the cost function, right? So if you look at it, the cost function, let's call the cost function as C, and the units consumed, let's call them as X, right? So cost independent variable here is the kilowatt hour consumed. Is it okay? So cost is made up of a fixed cost. We'll write this as fixed monthly cost plus so much energy charge plus, now energy charge is at two levels. If you are consuming 2300 kilowatts or lesser, you are paying at the rate of 0.5973. If you consume more than 2300 kilowatts, then you are paying at the rate of 0.02505, right? And in addition, it says in excess of this much, and there is a conservation charge plus conservation charge. So we have these three charges to consider, and we have two levels to consider, right? So when you look at it, you have to look at these three charges, and then you have to look at two levels. Those two levels are below 2300 and above, right? Those are the two levels. So it becomes a piecewise function, right? So let me now redefine the piecewise function, taking care of all these charges, right? So we could write this as piecewise is now related as two level charges. Fixed monthly cost is $6. Let me write this as 6 plus energy charge, which is at the rate of 0.05973. The variable is X, plus conservation charge, which is 0.00048X. Do you see that? And that is charged when X is less than equal to 2300, right? Of course, greater than 0. Correct. Let me write equal to, because there is a fixed charge of 6. Now the idea is, what happens when we consume more than 2300, right? What happens when we consume more than? The extra energy consumed is charged at the higher rate. Do you see that? Is charged at the higher rate. Correct? And that higher rate is 0.02505. Correct? And this is over 2300. So in such questions, what you should do is, you should actually calculate maximum charge. Let me write here, maximum charge. Or I should write, let's calculate this for 2300. How much do we have? So if I substitute 2300, what do I get? I get 6 plus 0.05973, right? I can add this also because x is common, right? We can take this x common. Or, okay, so let me write this, plus 0.00048 and then multiply by 2300. Is it okay? Or you could do separately. It makes sense, right? Okay, so let's do it. So we have within brackets, let me write like, okay, let's say 6 plus within brackets 0.05973 plus 0.3048 bracket close times 2300 equals to, so we get this value of $144.48, right? This value is in dollars. So that means if you consume 2300 units kilowatt hour energy, you pay that much. So the next level starts from 144.48, right? Plus additional charge on the energy over 2300. Do you see that? So we'll charge on this 0.05. Oh, sorry. The rate is not 0.5. It is 0.02. Sorry, this is, let me rewrite this, 0.02505. And what is the X value? Less 2300, X minus 2300. The whole idea is on the first 2300 you have already paid, this amount includes all that, right? Plus 0.00048 times X minus 2300. Is it okay? So that is what you pay for X greater than 2300. Does it make sense to you? So that becomes your piecewise function. Is it correct? You would of course simplify this and you could write this as 6 plus, you can combine these two, right? As we did in calculations. So you could write this as, let me combine these two to simplify basically. So we are doing 0.05973 plus 0.00048 equals to, we could write this as 0.06021x. Do you see that? Just combining both the rates, correct? And here also you can actually combine these two and then write down your function. This is a simplified function. I don't have space, so I'm not moving on. And here you could simplify. Let me write it in a different ink. Okay. This could be written as 144.48 plus, we'll add these two quantities, right? So which is 0.02505 plus 0.3048, and that gives you 0.02553 times X minus 2300. Okay, so that becomes your final answer, correct? Simplified form. You could also go further, adding and subtracting, but I hope you understood the whole concept. The key here is when we have payments based on intervals, then we always define a piecewise function, correct? So this base charge is on first 2300. So we maximized it, right? And calculated, rounded and place it here. Plus on additional over 2300, you pay that much extra. I'm Anil Kumar and I hope that helps. You can always share and subscribe my videos and feel free to post questions. Thank you and all the best.